This is a sign of things to come in the NBA, folks. The alien has landed.
So before we get into fully talking about the NBA here and breaking it down, we want to give you our locks and parlays of the week, because Jay Dawg's lock of the week is OKC over the Spurs in Game 7. He's going with the money line. It's -162. I will let you know, Jay Dawg, just in case you want to take it. The spread on that game is 3.5. The money line -162. So -162 pays out $16 on a $10 bet. The -3.5 on the spread, which is -112, that pays out $18. So you get a little bit more if you go with the spread, but J Dawg's going to take the money line, playing it a little safer, thinking that the Thunder are going to get it done at home against OKC. That's on NBC and Peacock at 8:10
on Saturday.
Yeah. J Dawg, break it down. Why are you going with the Thunder?
They're the champs until further notice. It's at home. I know the Spurs won a game. They won game 1, a classic game 1 at home.
Great game.
Great game. We'll be talking that one for ages. That I could have used that for the playback for instant classic if it was available. Anyway, they're champs until further notice. Wemby is still 1 year away, not this year. But again, I could be wrong, and we could be. This could be a sign of things to come. As I said, the alien has landed.
Yes.
This is only a sign of things to come for Victor Wembanyama. This very young man out of France is si magnifique, and it's only going to get better. And the Spurs are right back where they were in the mix back in the 90s during the Tim Duncan, during the Dave Robinson era, in the 2000s with Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker, and in the 2010s with Kawhi Leonard. So now they are here there in the 2020s with Wemby. So the San Antonio Spurs, it wouldn't surprise me, but I think OKC takes it.
Maybe we do a video, like a little like short sometime on like ranking organizations, or maybe we grade each organization with like a letter grade.
NBA or just in sports.
We could do sports in general, but like I feel like if you look at like the franchise as a whole, the Spurs,
where their future is,
like
how they're doing in terms of finances, how the media,
like not just like, but you have to include their past and their future. Like it's got to be their organization as a whole from like their existence. The Spurs have to be one of the greatest sports organizations I've seen in my lifetime. Like,
and remember, they started off as an ABA franchise.
Like they constantly stay in contention. They constantly find ways to, like, they have down years.
Yeah. What happens when they have the down years?
They're bad.
They seemingly get the number one pick in the NBA draft, which people are always saying that it's rigged and fixed and all that good jazz.
Well,
the Jazz.
Now, speaking of that, they're talking about adding new rules. The commissioner came out
for anti-tanking.
Yeah, he's coming up with the anti-tanking rules. It's not all set in stone yet.
They're still say wait till the Players Association.
Right, they're still trying to figure it out. But you know, if the anti-tanking rules go through, maybe the Spurs organization will be one of the teams that'll take a major hit. Not that they tank, but they seem to get bailed out every time they do, apparently. So maybe that would affect their organization. But as a whole, like I feel like they constantly have these generational players.
Yeah.
Like David Robinson, generational.
Yep.
One of the only players ever to get a quadruple double. Tim Duncan, generational. Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, two of the greatest technical players ever.
No, those guys weren't drafted number one. That's the difference. The Spurs were still good and getting better. This is why they became the all-world Spurs, because Manu Ginobili from Argentina, I believe, and then you've got Tony Parker, which is not a French name at all, yet he's French, and Tim Duncan from the Virgin Islands. So that's why they were called the all-world Spurs, because they essentially had the market on the globalization of the game of basketball, which actually started in the 90s during the Jordan era. However, the Spurs kind of leaned into it, and they became one of the 21st century dynasties that weren't called the Lakers or the Celtics or any of the other teams that you normally would know. The Golden State Warriors.
Right. The Spurs, I think they've got a good chance here, but again, discussing things with folks around the office here, with you, with other coworkers, Doc, our golf expert, it feels like they might be a year away. Like Wemby this is where experience comes into play, where a game 7 on the road and you're taking on the champs in their house. it's just going to be such a hard task. And also recognition to OKC fans, because they really do show out. They love basketball out there. They don't have any other major sports, so it's
Not yet they don't.
really all they have, but the fans show out. They've been doing that since they moved there. Since Kevin Durant was there with Russ and James Harden and Sebalosha and Serge Ibaka and
Serge Ibaka. There's a name from there's a blast
my
from the
guy
past.
Ibaka. What you know about Serge Ibaka?
You know about that Serge Ibaka? I know all about that Serge Ibaka.
But yeah, OKC, they're a great team.
Small market teams do better in the NBA. That's just a fact of life.
Mhm.
Okay, that's just a fact of life.
I think the Spurs have a chance, but I'm going to tell the bet heads you probably should go with Jay Dawg's lock
For OKC.
and go with OKC minus 162. That's probably going to be both of our choices, but